I am Cecile Halliday. I'm the head of juniors here at Northwood College for Girls, which is part of the GDST. And this is my second year in headship, and I work in a fantastic family and school community. So for me, No Outsiders, I think I first came across it quite a few years ago, where I wanted to support pupils, support staff, to have some of the conversations that really needed to happen, kind of based on my own lived experiences. I think there was lots of narratives and communications, particularly after Black Lives Matter, that were kind of out in the open. But I don't think there was always a way of expressing how you could do that in a school, in a junior school, with students.
I think the books are brilliant because they're so age appropriate. The discussion that you get from the girls from it is just phenomenal, and I think parents understand that, you know, we are encouraging our girls to live in a community and in a world that is varied, and their other families might look different to theirs, and that's okay.
I think children are never too young. I actually think that the earlier we usualise and normalise these things, the better it is for the world. I know with Mahi and Bella, they see them as books, but actually through those books they're able to see everybody as equal, and hopefully that will mean that they are able to be part of a world that's more equitable.
In the story, there's a crayon that has a red wrapper. It's called Red, but it only draws blue. And everyone thinks that he should change and he has to be red. Some people support him in drawing blue, but others say that he's weird and doesn't belong as a red. In the end, they realise that it's just a mistake and he's not red. He might be called Red, he might have red wrapping, but he's a blue crayon. He learns that it doesn't matter that he's a different colour, and it doesn't matter that others think that he should be red and he has to be red, because he knows that he's a blue crayon, not red.
People say, like, for girls it's pink, but boys can like pink and girls can like blue. So it just shows that all are welcome to be whoever you are, and there's no right or wrong of what you have to be.
Dear Biff, you are very talented and would make the best ballerina. I think you should carry on your passion of ballet. You are very assertive and cute and would make a great ballerina. Finally, I would like to say, if you do a performance again, wear that tutu.
We're quite about diversity and different people being welcomed, and despite what they look like or their cultures or what they believe in, we're all together, and I don't think anyone here feels like they're an outsider.
It's not very complicated. When the girls come home and we're talking about these things, it's very much about love, and everyone's invited and everyone's welcome, and celebrate.
I would say to him, you should be happy about being blue, because amber, it comes out amber, hazelnut comes out hazelnut. All the colours come out the colour on their label, but red comes out blue, and I think that's a good thing. I think you could be unique with that, and I think he should utilise his uniqueness, and instead of being embarrassed about it, show the world that he's different and be proud about it.
Julian is a mermaid. But in this book, Julian is a boy, and people say like girls are mermaids, but he wants to be a mermaid, so he chooses to dress up as a mermaid. His grandma gives him a necklace, and they go out to a mermaid parade, and he feels like different because all of the people are girls dressed up in mermaids, but he gets really excited because he wants to be a mermaid. Nan also gives him a present to go to the parade where the mermaids are. All are welcome here, and there's no outsiders. She's not worried about him being a mermaid because anyone can be who they want to be.
Well, it's not a bad thing to be different, and you shouldn't listen to others if they tell you have to change. It's
about giving children an opportunity to look at what the world believes are quite complex subjects through books. And through books they get to come across people that they may not come across in their walks of life, and have really rich discussions about actually what it means to be different and how we celebrate those differences.
How do you think it's going to end?
I hope he realizes that he grows to like utilize his talent and show that he's different, and he's proud about it. I think he proves to all the other crayons that, to be honest, he's just as good, and it doesn't matter that he's not the same color, he's still a crayon, and it's to be honest an advantage because he's unique and he can think he does things in a different way to others, which is not anything to be embarrassed about.
What can you say to make others feel welcome? And I said, what would you want to play? You can play. What character are you? You can be part of my group. Belonging means feeling like you fit in. When you belong, you feel like you are in the right place. You belong to your family and your school. You might also belong to sport clubs, activity groups such as rainbows or beavers, place such as your village, town or city, or to a religion such as Islam or Christianity.
Soon people realise that he's blue, so they decide to make him do blue things. Like Berry says, can you make a blue ocean for my boat? Because she knows that he's blue. And once she does that, everyone starts asking him to do blue things. And then everyone starts saying great things about him. They say he's always been blue, he's beautiful, his blue strawberries are my favourite, and I'm going to make a green lizard with him, a really big one. So once they all say these encouraging things, he starts feeling better about himself.
That's nice. Yeah. So this book, Leaf, is about a polar bear who gets sent to the forest because of the melting ice planks where he lives. Now, in this forest, there's a vast ecosystem. There are loads of different animals, and despite their differences, they all live together and they all love each other, and they're all like one big family. They're kind of afraid because it's this new animal who they've never seen before, who's in a way interrupting their life. So they're scared and they don't talk to him and they think he's dangerous. He's as scared because he doesn't want to be here. She's been sent away from his home. He's not talking to them and they're not talking to him. All the animals, they make up rumors about him. And one day he comes out of his cave tied to many leaves and he begins to jump off a cliff. So they all think he's mad, like why is he doing this? They're all really confused and they don't talk to him because they're still too scared and weirded out to even look at him and talk to him. Some of the animals, they say, we should give him a chance, he's beautiful, he's probably just scared, like us. But the other one's like, no, he's destructive, he's dangerous, we can't have him around. So a few days later, he runs out of the cave again and jumps out of the cliff again. And this time they're really concerned about him. They talk to him and they end up actually having a conversation with him and finding out what happens. And they all realize that if in the first place we hadn't just ignored this creature and we hadn't treated this creature like an outsider, this wouldn't have happened and he'd be home right now. He just wanted to go home. So then all the crows decided to lift him up and they sent him back to his home where he belongs.
If I saw someone feeling sad, I'd go up to them and tell them what's making them feel sad, and they can get out what they're feeling sad about. And I can talk about things to them about how things that make them happy and how they can learn to just let it out and talk about it. And then soon they'll see that when they're sad, you can just talk about it with someone, and soon you'll feel happy again.